Today our topic is how to apply Stoicism in daily life. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. It is not about being emotionless or cold, but about finding peace and strength in the face of life's challenges. Stoicism is practical, and it can help us in our daily lives if we take the time to understand and apply its principles. The first step in applying Stoicism is to understand the core idea. Some things are in our control and some things are not. The Stoics believed that our thoughts, actions, and reactions are within our control. But everything else, what happens to us, what other people say or do, the weather, the past, the future is not. This simple idea can change how we live our lives. When we focus on what we can control, we stop wasting energy on things we cannot change. For example, if it rains on the day you planned a picnic, you cannot control the rain, but you can control how you react to it. You can choose to be upset, or you can choose to find another way to enjoy the day. This is Stoicism in action. Another important Stoic principle is to accept what happens without resistance. Life is full of expected events, and many of them are unpleasant. A Stoic does not fight against these events, but accepts them as part of life. This does not mean that we should not try to improve our situation, but it means that we should not be surprised or angry when things do not go as planned. For example, if you lose your job, instead of complaining or blaming others, you can accept the situation and focus on finding a new job. This attitude helps us stay calm and focused, even in difficult times. Stoicism also teaches us to practice gratitude. Instead of focusing on what we do not have, we should appreciate what we do have. This helps us feel content and satisfied with our lives. For example, instead of complaining about your small apartment, you can be grateful that you have a roof over your head and a place to sleep. Gratitude shifts our focus from what is missing to what is present, and this can bring us peace and happiness. Another way to apply Stoicism in daily life is to practice self-discipline. The Stoics believed that self-control is the key to freedom. When we control our desires and impulses, we are not slaves to them. For example, if you want to eat healthier, you can practice self-discipline by choosing to eat vegetables instead of junk food. This may be difficult at first, but over time, it becomes easier, and you will feel stronger and more in control of your life. Stoicism also teaches us to focus on the present moment. Many of us spend too much time worrying about the future or regretting the past, but the Stoics believe that the only time we truly have is the present. By focusing on the here and now, we can live more fully and avoid unnecessary stress. For example, instead of worrying about a presentation you have to give next week, you can focus on what you are doing right now, whether it is spending time with your family or working on a project. This helps us enjoy life more and reduces anxiety. Another important Stoic practice is to reflect on our day. At the end of each day, the Stoics would take a few minutes to think about what happened, what they did well, and what they could improve. This helps us learn from our experiences and grow as individuals. For example, if you had an argument with a friend, you can reflect on what caused the argument and how you could handle it better next time. This practice helps us become more aware of our actions and reactions, and it encourages us to strive for improvement. Stoicism also teaches us to be kind and fair to others. The Stoics believe that we are all part of a larger community, and that we should treat others with respect and compassion. This means being honest, fair, and helpful, even when it is difficult. For example, if a coworker makes a mistake, instead of criticizing them, you can offer to help them correct it. This not only makes the workplace more pleasant, but it also helps us build strong and positive relationships. Another way to apply Stoicism is to prepare for adversity. The Stoics believe that by imagining the worst-case scenario, we can reduce our fear and anxiety. This does not mean that we should expect the worst to happen, but that we should be mentally prepared for it. For example, if you are worried about losing your job, You can imagine what you would do if it happened. This helps you feel more confident and less afraid because you know that you can handle whatever life throws at you. Stoicism also teaches us to be humble. The Stoics believe that no matter how successful or powerful we become, we are still human, and we should not let our ego control us. This means recognizing our limitations and being open to learning from others. For example, if you receive praise for your work, you can accept it graciously, but you should not let it go to your head. This helps us stay grounded and focused on what truly matters. Another important Stoic practice is to live according to nature. This means living in harmony with the world around us and accepting our place in it. The Stoics believe that everything in nature has a purpose and that we should strive to fulfill our own purpose. For example, if you are a teacher, your purpose might be to educate and inspire your students. By focusing on your role and doing it well, you can find meaning and satisfaction in your life. Stoicism also teaches us to be resilient. Life is full of challenges, and we will face many obstacles along the way. The Stoics believe that these challenges are opportunities for growth, and that we should face them with courage and determination. For example, if you fail at something, instead of giving up, you can learn from your mistakes and try again. This mindset helps us overcome difficulties and become stronger. Finally, Stoicism teaches us to value inner peace over external success. The Stoics believe that true happiness comes from within, and that we should not depend on external things like money, fame, or power to feel fulfilled. For example, instead of chasing after a promotion at work, you can focus on being the best version of yourself and finding joy in your daily life. This helps us live more authentically and find lasting happiness. In conclusion, Stoicism is a practical philosophy that can help us live better lives. By focusing on what we can control, accepting what happens, practicing gratitude, and being kind to others, we can find peace and strength in the face of life's challenges. Stoicism teaches us to be resilient, humble, and focused on the present moment. It encourages us to live according to our values and to find meaning in our lives. By applying these principles in our daily lives, we can become more content, more fulfilled, and more at peace with ourselves and the world around us.